What's up, everybody? Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your boy, Lord Devery, giving you royalty at the click of a button. It's a new year, it's a new day. I'm recording on a Saturday, and I am excited. So this video today, I've actually never done one of these videos before, but this video I had to do because the story behind it is just like absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, yeah. So this will be a story time, and it will be basically about how I. It's so embarrassing talking about it, but like how I basically got my car stolen twice. Um, yes, unfortunately, I got my car stolen. Not once, but twice. Or I may just left. And the story behind it is just like so absolutely ridiculous. So let me start from the beginning. Um, so about like a couple of weeks ago, I got my keys unfortunately stolen at work. Um, Actually, my jacket was stolen, and my keys were in my jacket, so both of them got stolen um, by a kid that is basically banned from our center, but I didn't know he was, and my coworker that was there didn't know he was either. But everybody else that like knew the person knew he was, so we just let him use the restroom really quick, and yeah. So my jacket is like in a corner that's near the restroom. And what I assume happened is when he went to the restroom, he seen my jacket, grabbed the jacket, went into the bathroom, and like stuffed it into a book bag that he had. And this is all on footage. So yeah, I filed a report about my jacket that's stolen. Cops don't care, so they're like, yeah, I mean, you don't have that much evidence, like you don't know who it is, and blase blase. So we're gonna try to look for it, but yeah, it's pretty much like your loss. So I was like, damn. Okay, so I had a spare keys. I have spare keys. So my boss took me home and basically brought me back to my car, and I drove my car back home. So the next day, so my job, I can park like right in front of it. So I started to just park right in front of it because I wanted to catch the guy if he ever tried to do some like slick shit and try to actually steal the car. So like for the next 2 weeks, I basically was like parking in front of my job, checking my car like every 15 minutes, every 10 minutes, shit, every minute that I could, which was very noticeable. And I just was always keeping up with it, just basically not letting anything happen. Fortunately, I was being hard headed and didn't listen to any suggestions that people were telling me about like getting a club on my car, um, basically like changing my locks and like not parking it in the same area because the person's going to get familiar with it. So me, just not listening to everybody and following other directions. So Monday that just passed, while I'm like working and like dealing with my kids and things of that nature, um, my car is getting stolen. Like it got stolen. So when I'm done with the kids, I go outside to check on my car and it's gone. And immediately when I see that it's gone, I know it's not towed because where I'm parking at, you can park. And I know I didn't misplace it because I literally check my car every 5 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and I know where I parked it. So I was like, oh, fuck. My car is gone. So immediately I go to my boss and I'm like, run those fucking cameras back because I know exactly when my car got stolen and who stole it. So we run the camera back and we see at 5 o'clock, my car, somebody walks by, hits the horn, like scoots back, like checks the area and shit like that, and then like just goes to my car, gets in it, and just reverses out and drives off. We watch all this shit happen at 5 o'clock, and I remember me going to check my car at 5:15. It was gone. So in 15 minutes, I fucking got my car stolen. So I literally was like, fuck, like, what do I do? So I filed a police report. They're no fucking help. They just tell me they basically they're gonna put a lookout for my car. Like we have surveillance, but we can't see the person's face. So like blase blase. And I'm like, I know who the person is. I know we have their information and all that. So we give them their information. The parent is no fucking help. She's like, yeah, my child stole a car. Oh, okay. And like, I don't know where he's at. I don't have his number. And I'm just like, bitch, you don't know your fucking 17 or 16-year old's fucking number. So apparently she didn't. So the next day, first of all, I couldn't sleep at all that night. I had to catch an Uber home. Just could not sleep that night because I was like, how the fuck did I get my car stolen? Like, wow. So the next day, I go to work. I cannot focus, can't eat, didn't take a shower the night before because I was so fucking like pissed that I had my car stolen. And yeah, I just was out of space, like out of the mind. So one of my coworkers was like, listen, Devery, I'll let you drive my car around the block and see if you find it. So I'm like, oh, okay, I didn't think of that. Actually, I did, but like I didn't know whose car it would take because one of my coworkers doesn't have a car, and the other one, his car is like basically like fucked. So I was like, okay, I'll drive your car around the block. So I get to a light, and then I make a left, and there I see my car. So I literally do not know what to do. I react, and it's not in the typical way that I should have reacted, but like later on I'll figure out whatever. So like what I did was, so all of this is in the same area. So like where my car is stolen at, where my job is at, and where the police station at, all of this is in walking distance. So what I did, acting off impulse and being basically scary, I like literally just run to the police station. I don't like watch the car. I don't call the police. I literally just like run to the station just because I was like, oh, like I can run there. So I get to the police station. I'm like, listen, I found my car. My car was reportedly, like I reported my car stolen on Monday, and I found it. So they're like, oh, okay, like cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make you wait here for a police officer to come, and we're gonna take you to your car. I'm like, why are we waiting on one police officer when it's like 80 y'all in the building? And they're literally just like, don't leave, safety precautions. You don't want to tamper with evidence. Like, what if they're in the car and they have guns? And I'm just like, yeah, but it's my car. So like, I won't get in trouble because like, it's my car. So I wait on this police officer. It's like 15 minutes. So I wait on the police officer. So I talked to my mom and dad and all that. My mom and them was like, hood as fuck. My mom and dad like, go get your motherfucking car. Get that bitch. All that. And I'm just like, okay, I'm trying to go, but then the police are telling me not to. Then I'm just like, I don't know. So finally the police officer comes, and we are, as we're about to go to my car, the police officer's like, wait, I gotta go drop these handcuffs off. Inside, it'll be like 2 minutes. Literally turned out to be like 5. So I'm literally like, yeah, why am I still waiting on this police officer in my car? It's fucking stolen, literally. So we finally get our shit together, and we drive to where my car was at, and it's nowhere to be found. It's gone. So they either found out that I was fucking, they saw me looking, so they drove off in that bitch, or they just literally just left. Like, we're about to go grocery shopping, we're about to go get some food or whatever. So they leave. So the cop is like, oh, are you sure it was right here? Yeah, I know it's for sure because where I drove my coworker's car, I parked next to it. The car's not there, so I know I know what my car looks like. I know what my license plates look like. So he said, okay, so we're gonna ride around the block. This man is white, by the way, so he's like excited about this shit too. He's like thinking he's on fucking TV, 911 or something. So we're driving around looking for my car, and I'm just like, wow, car's not nowhere to be found. Like, literally got my car stolen again, in my opinion. So we drive around, and then he's like basically to make a small talk. Like, he's just basically like, he cuts off his body mic, and his body camera was like, listen, you should have just jumped in your car and like parked it next to the police station or whatever. But in my head, I'm like, y'all told me like not to do that because it's going to tamper with evidence and all that shit. In my head, I'm like, how am I tampering with evidence when my fingerprints are already on the car because it's my car? So I'm like, makes no sense. So I'm like, okay, fine. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm going to drop you back up at the station, and I'm going to look for the car. My ass was like, no, we're going to do one more lap around this fucking area. So he's like, okay, fine, we'll do one more lap. So we do one more lap, and guess what we see? My fucking car at a red light. So we get behind the car, and we like follow it for a little bit, and the police officer is like, we're not going to do anything crazy, we're not going to hit the sirens, we're not going to turn on, we're not going to do any of that because we're going to try to act like we're pulling them up for a traffic violation. My ass was like, why are we acting like that when my car is like being stolen, or it's actually stolen, and I'm in this car watching my car be like rolled around and shit? Like, why? So it's like, yeah, just not to provoke anything, not to raise suspicion, not, you know, whatever. Like we don't know if they have a gun or not. I'm just like, at this point, I don't care about dying. Like, bitch, my pride is on the line, car's on the line, everything's on the line. I don't want to Uber everywhere, so we need my car. So we turn on like a side street. Well, my car turned on a side street, and we follow. We've been followed. So by this time, the fucking guys know we're following them. Like, they know we're following them. So basically, they start to like get distance in between us. Like, they start to like speed up and start to like go down start to make some turns, and just like to try to distract us. We still ain't turning the lights on. So by this time, I'm like, sir, this car is about to get lost. You're about to lose this car. So he turns on the sirens. By the time he turns on the sirens, they start fucking going. They start to go like fucking 80 on a like local street in the 25. So I'm watching this shit like, wow, my car is on a high speed chase. Like I'm just watching my car go in and out of traffic. I see my car like turning out side streets on fucking two wheels, and I'm just like, my big ass SUV is getting up, and I never would have drove that fast in my car in my life. I damn near go fucking 80. Definitely don't go fucking 80 in the 25. So I'm just watching my car and watching us go in and out of traffic and watch and swerve. And the man is having the time of his life. He's over here like, whoa, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't want my car to get like hit, because how the fucking way they were driving, they were not stopping until they got hit. They didn't care either. It was my car. So eventually, we lose them. We doing all this shit, going in and out. They know the area very well, so they turns and some alleys and turns and all this shit, and loses the police officer. So they fled the scene, and the police officer was like, fuck, like, where'd they go? And I'm just like, bitch, they lost it. So pretty much got my car stolen 3 times, if I want to be honest, like 3 times. So he drove me back to the station, was like, we're going to look for the car. Like, they can't have left the scene. Like, they're not that bright. And I'm just like, yeah, they clearly aren't, because they're still in the area. So I get dropped off at the police station. I wait there for like a couple of minutes, like 5-10 minutes, and he comes back like, yeah, we lost them. Like, sorry about that. Like, definitely going to be looking around tonight and all that, because we're going to find them. I'm like, should have took my car when I saw it. So I'm like, whatever. So I'm actually walking back to my job. Actually, I'm driving. I drove back to my job, and then what did I do? So how did I do it? Oh, I drove to the job, and then to give my coworker a car because she needed her car. So then I'm walking back to the police station just because my job is closed and I need to like charge my phone and all that. And then these 3 guys out of nowhere come like approach me and trying to press me, like basically trying to be like, what's good? Like, we about to beat your ass. So they like, what's up? You good? Like, what up, little nigga? And I'm just like, first of all, I'm 6'4". These niggas is like 5'9", 5'10". So I'm like, me little. So I carry on walking. I'm like, whatever. And then one of the guys is like trying to like, as I walk by, he's like walking behind me, and then I stop and turn around. And then all his other guys like, no, we not gonna fuck with him. We good. So I'm like, oh shit. Like, I was about to get robbed and jumped, and my car got stolen 3 times probably, most likely. So go to the police station, call my Uber, and I'm just pissed like the whole night. I'm just like, wow, like, don't have a car still. So I call my dad, call my mom, and they go in on me like, how the fuck you let somebody steal your car twice, damn near 3 times? What? Like, you supposed to be a man. You can't be letting that happen. Like, what if you don't get your car back? What if they like totaled it now? What if they like, did all this stuff? I have a stereo in there that's $300. So they was like, what if they like, stole your stereo? And I'm just like, yeah, I know. That was some bitch shit right there. I can admit it. It was some bitch shit. I froze up. Because the whole time I wanted to catch the guys when I was parking in front of my job. I wanted to catch them like stealing it so I could fight them. Like, I wanted to fight. But my job, my coworkers and all that, like, Devery, you got to think realistic. Like, you can't be trying to out here fight in front of the work. And, you got to be, you're a professional now. So I'm like, fuck, okay. So the next day, Wednesday comes. So this is all 3 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So Wednesday comes, I wake up early as fuck. Like, I can't sleep. Still ain't ate. Like, hadn't took a shower, so I'm fucking musty, basically. And I wake up at 8 o'clock. I don't have to be in work until 10:30. So I wake up at like 8 o'clock. No, woke up like 7:30. And I was like, I am getting my car. I'm about to walk around the area. And I know these kids aren't that smart. I know they're not leaving. Clearly they're not. So I'm like, I'm going to get my car. So I Uber to where my job is at like 8:15, get there, and I just start walking around the neighborhood. I'm just walking around looking through every fucking nook and cranny that I can on foot, like just scoping out shit, like being basically the police, what they couldn't do on foot. And listen, y'all, the police station is a walking distance of everything. So like, we have police officers that are always on foot. We have police officers that are on like fucking bikes. We have fucking police officers on like those little scooters. We have police officers in cars. We have in trucks. So we have police everywhere. So I'm over here like, how the fuck haven't they caught this nigga? Like, it's a 16-year-old, 16 I think year old, and how the fuck you haven't caught him? So one moment I'm just like, hey, let me go back to where we like lost him. So that's like on the other side of the street. So I walk over there, and then I'm like, oh, I see this school. I remember this school. This is where like we kind of lost him at. So I walk through an alley that's going up a hill to the school, and guess what I fucking found? My car in the parking lot of a apartment complex, just chilling there. Like my car's not damaged or nothing. It's just like basically what I think is like they lived in an apartment complex. They lived in an apartment complex and just like was like we're gonna park here. The police won't find them. Blah blah blah. Two, they must have like ditched the car right there because they were hot and nervous and scared. So what my black ass did, I said I'm not about to be a bitch ass nigga again. I got in my car and fucking drove it to the police station. I didn't like touch anything. I had gloves on and all that. Like, didn't even move the seats. Like, I'm literally 6'4", so like the guy that was like driving it must have been like short. So I'm like driving like this, and I'm taking my car to the police station. So take my car to the police station. I'm like, listen, I recovered my car. I found my car. They're like, what? You found your car? How? Where is that? I don't know where I found it at. I don't even know like the site. I literally am new to DC because I live in DC. So I'm like, oh, I found my car like in the alley. I could take y'all. They're like, okay, well, hold on, let's inspect your car. So they inspect my car. They notice, I noticed too that they have they put the seatbelts in, like basically so that the sound wouldn't go on anymore. My dumb ass was like, why don't you just put the seatbelt on? But like the seatbelts are already in, so it looked like they were like put them in and then like continue to drive. And I'm like, y'all really are dumb. They had like fries all in my car, some like straws from like McDonald's. I'm like, these motherfuckers are having a ball. And I had a full tank of gas. So they were literally riding around the neighbor fucking hood. So, yeah, the police was like, is there anything wrong with your car? The only thing that was wrong with my car was my brakes were screeching. So basically, I'm going to need new brake pads because I know when we got on the high-speed chase, they were braking, or they don't know how to drive. They were braking really hard trying to hit the curb, corners and shit because my big-ass SUV will flip the fuck over if you don't fucking do it the right way. You hit that corner wrong, you flop. And I didn't want that to happen. So I was thankful that was only my brakes that were fucked up because, like I said, they were not going to stop until they got hit. So the police was like, oh, okay, well, car looks good. First of all, the woman made a slick-ass comment like, nah, your brakes couldn't, like something like your brakes were like that before. And I was just like, bitch, how you know? I know my car. My car is nice. My car doesn't, I don't fucking press the brakes hard. So I know for a fact, and I just got my car like tuned up and all that like the week before. So I was like, no, that didn't happen, bitch. So we go back to the police station and she's like, okay, well, only thing we could do is take your car out of the stolen, like, system. So I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, you all can't like find out who stole it? They was like, well, unfortunately, since you drove the car, you tampered with evidence and your fingerprints are all over the car. I was like, my fingerprints are already going to be all over the car because it's my car. Like, my fingerprints been all over the car. Like, the fuck is my car? So she was like, yeah, there's nothing we could do now. I was like, I even told them I had on gloves. She was like, yeah, I mean, there's nothing we could do now. Like, you tampered with the evidence. I was like, y'all didn't do your job the night before when I didn't tamper with evidence. And now y'all telling me like y'all can't do your job right now because I tampered with evidence. I was just like, what? You see my face? It's terrible. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like my car's fine to an extent. And I was like, thank you for nothing. And I drove my car to work. So listen to what everybody told me now. Before I get to work, because I found my car around so I was looking around 8:15. I found my car around 9. So I had like an hour and 30 minutes before I had to go to work. So I go to AutoZone or like a car shop and I give me a club for my car. And I basically park in the gated garage that we have at my job. So the reason I wasn't parking at the gated garage before was because my car keys had got stolen and the garage key was on that, so couldn't do it. So yeah, I found a coworker, and they let me into the garage, and yeah, I parked my car in the garage, put my club on it, and boom. And I also found out that like when I'm like driving to my garage, when you're in it, it automatically opens when you like get past, because like clearly they assume that you have the key to get in. So yeah, so now that's what I did yesterday, and not yesterday, but Wednesday, and that shit was honestly like the most relieving thing to find my car again, because I didn't think I was gonna find it, and everybody else was probably like, yeah, you're if you really are lucky for finding it, and I just was thankful that I prayed a lot, and I like was basically like, I can't just not have a car out in DC, like Uber back and forth to work. That's $20 a day. Just no, I don't want to do that. So long story short, I know those guys are pissed off now that I found my fucking car. I didn't find my keys, so I'm going to have to change the locks on my car, possibly change my house key, my lock, because I don't know what they're capable of. But I know they're not going to leave the like area that they're in, because clearly they didn't. So yeah, I'm going to have to do all that, and y'all, this was a long week. Like, it was a long 3 days for me. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I didn't know what to do. I had called my insurance, and my insurance couldn't do nothing at the time, because like my like insurance was like weird at the time. So yeah, I just was like, I gotta find my car. I was going to buy another car, which I didn't want to do. So I'm just happy that I found my car. A lot of people, when I tell the story, they don't believe it, but like, I have police reports. I literally, it's true as fuck. I know everybody else be doing clickbait, but I know this is not, and this is my first time doing it. So yeah, long story short, the Metropolitan Police Department ain't shit. I was damn near a better police officer than they were, and basically just, keep your shit protected. Like, when you think some funny shit is going on, it never hurts to be safe. Never hurts to, like, just have extra protection. I wish I would have had a GPS in my car. I wish I would have had the club when everybody told me to. I wish I would have changed my locks. But definitely learned a life lesson about just growing up and bossing up and just, like, taking care of shit on your own, because nobody else cares about your shit but you. So, yeah. I also had clothes in my car that was stolen, but they were, like, workout clothes. So I was like, you all are dumbass. You all are nasty ass motherfuckers because you stole my workout clothes. But it was in a really nice H&M bag. So H&M book bag. So that was okay. And they didn't steal my stereo in there, which was like around $300 to $400, because they probably know how to take it out. So I was just like, these kids were not smart. They didn't leave the area that they were in or nothing. I was like, if I would have stole the car, which I wouldn't have, I would have probably tried to go out of the fucking area and like explore some shit, go shopping. But yeah. That wraps up the video. If you all like this, like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. Tell me how you feel about this video. Tell me if you've ever had an experience like this before. Probably haven't, but shit, if you had something that you didn't expect would happen, let a brother know. Like I always tell you, follow me on Snapchat, Instagram. I don't really get on Twitter, but you all can follow me on Twitter. All that stuff is usually in my bio, or like rolling around down here. I don't know. My ass might get lazy and not do it, because this video is already like 23 minutes long. So yes, do all that. And like I always tell you all, Lord Devery is out.